I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you can take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist. No stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Or farming hoe, I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. There you go, talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. Classic. I'm only gonna do this once.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I get you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard, ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud, you ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with me. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it end with me. It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes in the fence. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done master discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
Let's get focused.
Classic.
Mic check. I'm loud enough, chat. Talk to me, chat. 333 if I'm loud enough. Mic check, chat. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to this hour, I don't like projecting my voice too crazy. You feel me? We on some cool shit tonight. We on some cool shit. It's almost 1 a.m. my time. You feel me? And we still here.
Classic.
What's going on? I'm loud enough. Why you look so dumb? I don't know. You gotta ask God. That's between you and God. Miss Burtney, what up? What's happening? Jasmine, what up? You good? I'm good. Appreciate it. It's clear. All right, bet. Let's get it rolling. Everybody that's new here, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Stay tapped in because we do this all the time. And like with my channel, you never know when I'm streaming, baby. We pulling up.
Classic.
But we got a dope ass show tonight, and then we got another show coming right behind this one. I'm finna do my Red Room show, which is adults only, where we talk about, you know, intimacy and things like that. That'll be coming right up after this show tonight. I'm well. What about you? I'm well. I'm good. I appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Red Room show right after this one. So this one gonna be a smooth little show. We're gonna talk about some dope information, and hopefully get some entertainment and some enjoyment out of it too. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to bore nobody. Y'all probably moving around on your way to and fro this evening or working overnight, whatever the case may be. So we're gonna slide over to the Poor Minds podcast. They sat down with Charlamagne the God, right? And he actually spoke about podcasting because he just got a real big deal with his podcast network. He just signed like a $200 million deal. And so he gonna be talking about, you know, making revenue realistically as a podcaster and things of that nature. And I thought this part of the interview was dope. So I had to bring it to the Classic Codes, man, so we could talk about it. And then we're gonna dive into some other things as well, man. So thank you everybody for tapping in. Let's do it. Yes, Lord, man. Shout out to everybody from chat 333, all the familiar faces. Hey, K, you've been pulling up crazy. I got to get you a wrench, my boy. We got to get you wrenched up, K. For sure. Let me see here, though. All right, we sliding over to the Poor Minds podcast, and we're going to listen to Charlamagne. Really appreciate all the content for those of us living on the night shift. Oh, I'm going to hold it down. You already know. Hey, look, I work nights too. So I know how a good ass stream will get you to your break. You feel me? Let's cook though.
what we need to do. And I don't think there's a blueprint for this, but for the people watching that would like to be, a part of that network, kind of like explain what it is and how somebody would pitch their podcast to be a part of your network.
What you just said is very key. There is no one way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that you see so many different people in this space, having a certain level of success, and everybody thinks it's like one way to get to, that success. And it's not. Like, the way y'all did it is probably different than, Mandy and Weezy did.
Yeah.
The way that, Joe Budden does it is different than somebody like Andrew Schultz and Flagrant. But, the key to a successful podcast is literally just having something to say.
Yeah.
And not only having something to say, being willing to do it consistently when you're not making no money for it.
You say that all the time.
My bad, chat. So important and so powerful what he just pointed out, man. Absolutely so important and so powerful what he just pointed out. So he said, first off, it's going to be a while before you see money from doing this. Me being a full-time content creator, for those that subscribe to my channel, y'all know how much content I'm consistently feeding on a weekly basis, and I'm going to continue to do it. I enjoy it. I love it, and I'm an obsessive person when I'm on a mission to win. You feel me? So that's just the way it's going to be. So everybody that subscribes to me, y'all already know what it is with the classic codes, man. But what he said was very important. It's instrumental. You got to understand that it's the long game that you're playing. You may not see no return on your investment, and a lot of the investment, there's some money involved, right? You got to buy you a microphone, get you a decent camera, you upgrade your stuff as you go. But aside from the small financial investment, it's the time investment. The consistency takes up time, and time is the most precious currency all of us have. So the investment into it, knowing that you may not see no bread for XYZ amount of time, is crazy. Hey, if you a female, I'm gonna take pillow lips as a compliment. If you a dude, keep it. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody new in the chat. But yeah, man, it's very important. And then how he spoke about just being realistic about everything in your approach and the consistency that it takes. I'm gonna go back and play a little bit of that, and then we're gonna let him talk the rest of the way through.
That would like to be, a part of that network, kind of like explain what it is and how somebody would pitch their podcast to be a part of your network.
What you just said is very key. There is no one way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that
was the second great point. I always point that out, man. Like if you type in a destination in your GPS, it's going to show you 3 or 4 options to get there, right? All of these things will take you to the same spot. Some of them take a little longer, but the mileage is less. Some of them are a little bit faster in time, but you actually drive more miles. You're just driving faster because you're on the interstate. Some of them got tolls, some of them free. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show you more than one way to get to the same exact destination. So you got to find your niche and then stick with it and then learn as you go, make your adjustments and keep on pushing forward. It's very important, man. Charlamagne cooked on this.
You see so many different people in this space, having a certain level of success, and everybody thinks it's like one way to get to, that success. And it's not. Like, the way y'all did it is probably different than, Mandy and Weezy did.
Yeah.
The way that, Joe Budden does it is different than somebody like Andrew Schultz and Flagrant. But, the key to a successful podcast is literally just having something to say.
Yeah.
And not only having something to say, being willing to do it consistently when you're not making no money for it.
You say that all the time.
Because everybody thinks that, there's just bag of cash that just drops in your lap
Right.
when you start a podcast. How long y'all been doing Poor Minds?
Since 2018.
2018. So that's what, like
7 years.
almost 7 years. Do you realize that there's data that actually shows most people when they start a podcast, 44% of all podcasts don't last past 3 episodes.
44% of all podcasts don't last past 3 episodes. I have about 800 videos up. To God be the glory.
Classic.
44%. There's data and statistics saying 44% of podcasts don't last past 3 episodes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Conversations with Soft Rain said great info. Absolutely. We're gonna cook. We're gonna dive into this. I got a good show for y'all tonight. This one gonna be informative before we get into all the fun stuff in the red room later. Let's get it.
That's crazy. 3?
3.
You didn't even try, bitch.
3, exactly.
Because it's the consistency that kills
Yes,
people.
and you start having actual success around year 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So when I look at y'all, it seems like
Around year 6, 7. You don't start getting success until around year 6 or 7. This is on average. They have data and statistics. Y'all willing to turn this shit out? Y'all willing to turn up on this shit and go day by day by day for 6 or 7 years before you start seeing real bill paying money? Is y'all built like that? Is your endurance like that? You feel me? For all the people trying to get into content creation, or they trying to go get that quick little bag on TikTok, I see everybody running over there to do it. But this right here, this a different beast. This long form content game, you able to churn out 2 hours every day, 3 hours some days. Me and Tez Down did a 3-hour stream last night, damn near 3 hours, no problemo too, and went backstage and talked for a few more minutes, man. Y'all built for it or not? You feel me? The cream gonna rise to the top.
Classic.
This that real spill. This the stuff people need to hear before they dive in and embark on these journeys, so they can ask themselves some real serious questions that could potentially save themselves some time. You feel me? You said poor minds or sour minds. Oh, you on that? I ain't on that. I like Poor Minds podcast. They straight. I seen worse. I put it like that. They decent. I subscribe. That's a hard bid right there. Takes motivation and discipline. Oh yeah, and you gotta love it. You know what I'm saying? It can't be an obligation. If it's an obligation, it's already trouble.
Y'all right on schedule.
Yeah.
To
You
me.
just gotta stay the course.
You got to stay the course.
You know what podcast surprised me that they've lasted this long and they're actually seeing a lot of success? Reasonably Shady.
Really? Why?
I just, when people do podcasts that are friends together, they just don't work out.
Yeah.
And they always break up. They always fight. But I was watching.
You trying to tell Drake something?
I mean,
Hell no. Hell no. We in this for
the
life.
crazy thing about us, I feel like that's what makes us an anomaly, because we've outlasted.
You know what's crazy is that's very true. There's a lot of great podcasts that look different from how they started off, because they broke up, they adjusted, swapped people out, people quit, things change. You know what I'm saying? It's so often that podcasts that start out like the group podcasts or like the duos and all of that, like it's so often that those things don't last for some odd reason. Generally speaking, though, the ones that I'm familiar with is normally when that bread come into play. Different people got different ideas of how they should approach the bread. Like people start coming through with multi-million-dollar deals or 6-figure deals, and you got one person want to take it, another person like, nah, we could do better. Let's wait. Or you got, you know what I'm saying? And then shit start getting sticky. So, I for everybody that's doing group stuff, like we got the Raw Society Coalition, there's 5 of us strong. You know what I mean? I think it takes certain characteristics for the team stuff to work out. Like, you know what I mean? So that's very important too. So many podcasts break up or rearrange, who and what the podcast look like some prominent ones, Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? Rory and Maul doing their own thing. You know what I mean? They split up. It look different now. There's a few other. Breakfast Club don't look the same. Obviously, I don't think it was tumultuous, but Angela Yee got her own show. They doing something different now. Like, it's a lot of different, it's tons of them. But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. The original I Am Athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like so many. We could just keep going. But yeah, man, everybody got to stay focused, man. Keep the main thing. I think everything be okay. But yeah, Poor Minds, hopefully they stick together. It's to the point where so many podcasts break up. I be praying that like the ones I really like really work out. You feel me? Like, man, I hope they don't get into it. Straight up.
So many of our other counterparts, and we be having our issues too, but like Lex and I
I'll bring it to the pod. When you have
we don't
bring it to the pod.
We don't.
No,
do
we
that.
don't.
Okay.
But you know why? Because I feel like one thing that I love about Poor Minds is like we don't have to clickbait and do all this stuff. Because a lot of times people are doing that just, they gonna watch this. This is my friendship, and I'm going through it. I do not need y'all in my business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It depends what it is, though. If it's a teachable moment and people can learn from it,
Right.
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with bringing that to the pod.
But you know what's interesting though, because I think because we don't do that, it's always a lot of speculation in the comments.
Oh,
all the
like
time.
y'all really get along.
Yeah, especially if like one of us is having a bad day. I think people never assume that it could be outside factors. Like both of us have separate lives outside of Poor Minds. People never assume like, oh, maybe Lex had a bad day. Maybe she got into it with her man. Maybe she got into it with one of her other.
Always that.
Maybe she got into it with one of her other friends. Maybe I had something happen.
You started to say other niggas. Your mama sitting right there. So you ain't want her to think like that. I heard you started. I heard you. Yo. Yes, you was. You said her man, and then you said other friends. I heard you.
You know what?
I heard you.
But I'm just saying, like, maybe I got some flat tires or something, and I had to spend a whole bunch of money, and I had to come to the studio, and I'm annoyed by that. People always assume that if one of us mood is off, it's because we not getting along with each other.
And y'all successful now, so people want to see y'all break up.
They do.
That's just, I mean, I don't know why people are like that, but whenever,
you know, what's crazy is that that's very true. Like if you're a streamer and you stream consistently, all your days not necessarily the same. So if like you streaming but your mood off, and let's say you happen to be on a panel, like people who watch your panel may assume that they understand your mood. They may assume that they, you know what I'm saying, know they must be beefing or something. It seemed like he into it with him, or she into it with them, or he into it with her, or this, that, and the third. And it's like, man, famo could, like, folks could be having just a rough day in general, but still just showing up to make sure they do they due diligence, they do their streams, they get their content out, they woo, but they could be going through the motions that day. It could be anything, you feel me? So it's like that's real true. But I say this, for the people who are content creators, you can't, if shit like that gonna bother you, like people making assumptions, inaccurate assessments or inaccurate assumptions about you, if that type of shit gonna bother you, you might not have the type of thick skin you need to be built for this type of shit. You feel me? Like that shit can't bother you. Somebody misreading you because they watch your stream every day and they think they know some shit. Like, man, think what you want. You feel me? Because I would say for most content creators, once they turn these cameras off and cut the stream off, like they got a life of their own, whatever that is. You feel me? Like I don't think everybody is giving their whole life through the stream and shit. So for people to watch and make assumptions and shit like that, you just got to remember, like, you could be right, but you could be super wrong too. You know what I'm saying? Conversation with Soft Rain said she cooking. Yeah, nah, for sure.
somebody is having some success, then all of a sudden that's when they decide, you know what, we're tired of them winning.
And the comparison.
Oh my God. But y'all, but I mean, I don't know why they compare y'all when y'all a duo. Y'all supposed to bring different things to the table.
I agree.
That what makes it
duality is what makes it interesting.
Enjoyable.
Absolutely, man. The more disagreement, the more learning that could be done.
Classic.
You know, like this concept of like everybody, you know, the echo chamber podcast where everybody on the same page, everybody see things the same, all the men think alike, all the women think alike, you know, it turned into gender wars every time, all that, like that shit. It's plenty of that available. I'm not going to say it's played out or it's boring. I'm just saying there's plenty of that available for people that's getting into the content creation game and trying to jump out here and attack the market. You got to come out here and fill a void. You know what I'm saying? Bring something to the game that's not necessarily available. You feel me? Like we got plenty of stuff where, you know what I'm saying, the dudes combat the women and make them look stupid. We got plenty of shit where the females, you know, talk crazy about men the whole time, like, you know, aggressively and even, you know, mean and shit like that. Like we got all that. You feel me? Who jumping out into these spaces and creating, you know, new segments and the ways of running their shows and, you know what I'm saying, bringing different types of consistency to the game. Like who doing that? You feel me? I mean, I know, you know what I mean? I know classic codes. I know what I bring to the table.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know what I'm doing in the space, but like these are things that content creators who watch this episode of this segment could really think about. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, what I want to bring to the space. Like, yeah, I could do some of the shit that everybody else doing because that's gonna get my subs up too. But what I want to bring unique to the game, what's gonna be my niche out here? You know what I mean?
It's the beauty of it. I could be watching this podcast, you know, Lex over there saying something wild and Dre just sitting there calm, you know, and you don't know whether she judging Lex, or, you know what I mean? Or she going to agree with her? Like, you just don't know. All of that makes the podcast intriguing.
I have a poker face.
Oh, my gosh.
But I do want to ask you another question about Black Effect. So one thing that I really love about Black Effect is that I feel like you give a lot of opportunities to smaller Black creators. So with that being said, how do you decide what podcast you want to sign?
I mean, honestly, it's just about who we enjoy, you know what I mean? Or who might be bringing something to the marketplace that isn't necessarily out there. Because that goes back to what I said earlier, like, you know, everybody wants to start a podcast, but do you actually have something to say?
Right.
You know,
you gotta have something to say, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Black Effect wanted to tap in with the classic codes. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, am I out here looking for them? No.
Classic.
But if I got an email from them saying they want to sit down and have a conversation, I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? Because one thing I don't do is run out of shit to say.
Classic.
You feel me? Like sociology, psychology, human studies, all of that. That's my game. That's my game. And unless all the people go away, I'm always and forever have something to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? But for the other content creators that's watching this, are you rinse, wash, and repeating some shit that's already available? Or do you really got, you know what I'm saying, a mind of your own, a perspective of your own, a vision of your own? You know what I mean? Are you yourself operating as an echo? You know what I'm saying? This is like a content creators episode. You feel me? This for all the creators to watch this. And look, y'all jump in the comments too and give me some game too. Let's get it.
Because I see a lot of people trying to be second-rate versions of what somebody else is already doing. Because when they see somebody having success in the space, they're like, well, maybe if I do that, then I can have some success too. No, we already got, that.
Yeah.
Show me what it is that you have. Because everybody has a unique story, man. Like, our DNA is completely different from everybody else on this planet for a reason. Like, every single thing you've gone through in your life, you've gone through for a reason. And that's your unique story. Tell me that. Like, if you like to bake cupcakes and you are considered the best cupcake baker in your town, talk to me about that on your podcast. Because one day it might be Valentine's Day and I might want to, do a little razzle dazzle in the kitchen and cook some cupcakes for bake. Right? So then I can tune into your podcast. Yeah. Give me that. Like, and I think that, if you're doing that, I believe in investing in people early because, like I said, it takes 6-7 years. At some point, I believe those folks will cut through.
Classic.
And I think that's a really good point that you made because I think that's why.
Yeah, we're going to stop it right there, though, chat, for sure. But, man, shout out to the Poor Minds Podcast. Shout out to Charlamagne the God. Make sure y'all go into the Poor Minds Podcast and subscribe. If y'all want to see more of their content, they diversify their content very well. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate they content for sure. You know what I mean? They probably in my top 25. Probably top 25. Yeah, man. Shout out to Poor Minds Podcast. But yeah, man, that's Charlamagne said, do you. Get on here and do you. I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Consistency is the name of the game. You could have content showing people how to rearrange and maximize the utilization of space inside of tote bins. But if you drop every day, if you live every day, or if you just drop pre-recorded content every day or every week or every whatever, but you hitting them over the head and you consistent, and you titling your stuff right, and then you master your way of your thumbnails really being catchy and shit like that, because that could take some time. Shout out to my dog Souls of Thought. He gave me some game on my thumbnails. I stepped up my thumbnail game a little bit, and that's definitely got my numbers moving different for sure. You know what I'm saying? So like once you learn these little tips and tricks and you on the way of that little 5, 6, 7 year window that he talking about before that bread start matriculating for you, you know what I'm saying? Like if you stay locked in and stay consistent, your numbers gonna move up. It'll just go from a crawl to a run to a sprint, but the numbers gonna move. The needle gonna move. You just gotta stay tapped in. For real. It don't even matter what you're doing. That's the truth though. Like you could be completely talentless. Consistency is a freaking talent. I'm gonna be real.
Classic.
Yo, what up, Unc? Shit, I'm your uncle. I love the stream, Unc. I'm your uncle. How old is you? We might be cousins. KMN Visuals. What do you think of the operation in Venezuela? I don't know nothing about it, gang. You can inform me though, but I don't know nothing about it. I'm not going political today. Not today. You know what I'm saying? But man, send me some information. He said talentless is crazy. Could never. I'm gonna be real. In the content creation space, consistency is a talent. If you can pull up every day, you're gonna get your subs. You're gonna find your tribe. You can get your 100K people that's tapped in with you. You know what I'm saying? The greatest love and peace in your life lies in truth. That same truth is what governs our universe, speaks into existence and walked among us. Seek that truth, seek the door and that peace. Yahshua, straight up. Thanks for the words of wisdom. Shout out to everybody new in the chat. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button while you're here. All right, y'all, let's move. All right, realistic timelines for growth. We're going to slide over to TikTok real quick, all right? We're going to look at this chick. She breaking down, ways to break your anxiety on your journey, essentially, is how I'm receiving this. She not going to address it from that manner, but that's what I'm receiving from it, right? Because if you understand the realistic timelines for the things that you're trying to get done, you would stop, like, I'm gonna get into it. Let's let her cook real quick. I'm gonna get into it. Let's go.
I'm so glad this Goals That Take Longer Than a Year series is helping y'all. I feel like more people than not actually take way longer than 1 year to accomplish their goals. I really want you guys to understand, especially as we go into a new year, that most people on this app are trying to sell you something. It's really, really sexy to tell you how you can do X in 12 weeks. I would rather you take way longer to do something and build a sustainable lifestyle than to get a quick fix in 12 weeks or 12 months that does not last you longer than a year. I'm so glad there's goals that take.
Okay, so look, it's very true what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? If you realistic about how long it's going to take you to really get to where you're trying to get to and sustain it, you understand what I'm saying? If you realistic about it, you would take some of the angst off yourself. You'll take some of the pressure off yourself, and you will push forward with a little bit less resistance that's self-inflicted, if you feel what I'm saying. But listen to what she got written down right here. All right, I don't know if y'all can see it very well, so I'm gonna make myself small. No weird shit, and I'm gonna blow the screen up a little bit. And let's see if we can get a better visual of the shit. All right. So look, as you can see, it says here, how long goals actually take. So she has listed here 3 to 6 months savings equals 2 to 4 years. She's saying it may take you 2 to 4 years to accumulate 3 to 6 months of all of your expenses in your savings account. It may take you 2 to 4 years to save that type of bread up. She's saying that's I guess this is on average, right? She said getting a promotion at your job, 3 to 6 years, depending on the job, depending on what you consider to be a promotion, not just a tier up, but an actual job promotion. Because we know tiering up and job promotions can be seen different, depends on the infrastructure of your company. She put 3 to 6 years. So if you have realistic expectations and you understand the path that you on, you know what I'm saying, you won't be tweaking when that person over there that's already put 2 years in get the promotion in front of you when you on year 1. You won't feel so crazy about it, right? Be realistic. Sustainable weight loss. She put 2 to 5 years. Depends on the journey. Depend on your starting point. Depend on when you getting serious, what's in front of you, what you dealing with. You know, that's an individual case basis. So I like the window of time, 2 to 5 years. If we're talking about sustainable weight loss, keyword sustainable, right? Because some people can go on journeys where they lock in for 6 months, look crazy for like, look good. Like, damn, you looking good. Whatever you doing is working. Like, woo, like I see you. You know what I'm saying? And then they binge the fuck out and be right back in 3 months. You feel me? Right back to where they started from in 3 months. So sustainable weight loss, 2 to 5 years, meaning you done got the weight off. You didn't, your body comp has changed. It has adjusted. Your muscle structure has adjusted. And now your walk around weight is officially different. That 2 to 5 years, I think that's reasonable, depending on your level of discipline. Obviously, there's going to be anomalies, right? Meaningful adult friendships. She put 3 to 5 years. Imagine that. Imagine meeting somebody new today that you think is super cool. This is saying to establish a meaningful adult friendship out of that connection could take up to 3 to 5 years. It's a lot of y'all that be calling each other bro and bruh and, you know, brother and, you know, family and, you know, all that. And it'd be like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that jump the gun on that. But at the same time, I think it depends on who you are and your philosophies on life, but realistic expectations, right? Like if you bump heads with somebody who you've been close with for 8 months, you should give them grace. They should be giving you grace. You know what? In the grand scheme of my whole life, I've known you for 12 minutes. So let's just talk this thing out, right? Realistic expectations. This shit could take us all very far. And the last one that she has listed here is learning a new language, 2 to 4 years. 2 to 4 years. So, you know, niggas want to learn Spanish fluently next week. I mean, we take as many shortcuts as we can. We buying apps. We trying to get the little secret tips to brain hack ourselves. Hey, man, give yourself 2 to 4 years. Give yourself 2 to 4 years to be over here, la, 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 bamba, you know, with fluidity. You know what I'm saying? So I thought this video was dope, how she broke that down in a timeline format to give everybody a perspective on, you know what I'm saying, short term, you know, intermediate term and long term goals. What did it say? How about the Somalis? Nah, you on your political bag. I ain't even on that tonight. But I appreciate you being here though. 333. You know what I'm saying? But realistic timelines for growth. So we kind of discussed that with Charlamagne too. So it's a perfect tie-in because Charlamagne was talking about how it takes 6 to 7 years to really see substantial revenue inside of content creation. You know what I'm saying? And so if it takes 6 to 7 years, you got to think about it. Even just to get to the point where you're seeing the revenue, and then you got to, I would say, still keep pressing out your day job money and doing whatever you did to get to that point for an additional year or two, just to make sure you can sustain the content creation bag before you try to go full time. It's a whole lot here. it's a whole lot here, man. And I think that the microwave society and that type of vibe, that frequency that we on, we need it instant and we need it to stay. You know what I'm saying? The I go pay for surgery before I go pay for a gym membership type situation. And this ain't me saying it in a judgmental way. It's just the world that we in today, right? It's the adjustments that we've made. Being in that situation, I think a lot of people have lost sight of like realistic timelines to really get shit done. You feel me? And that's why it's important not to waste no time, right? Right. It might take 6 months, but I don't want to waste no time. If it's gonna take 6 months, what Rick Ross said, hey, it might take 10 years. It might take 10 years. But I don't want to waste no time. If it's going to take 10 years, I don't want to waste another day. You feel me? So getting to it is so important. And then my dog Kobe Bryant famously said, you know, one of the biggest mistakes humans make is acting like they got, you know what I'm saying, like they have time. So, you know, you got to really take that in. Like right now, me being up and doing my stream, I get to do a stream. I didn't come on stream at 1 o'clock in the morning my time because I got to do a stream. No, I get to do a stream. I'm able-bodied. You know, I'm able to sit upright on my own. It was a time when I started my streaming journey where I couldn't sit upright. If y'all remember, those who've been rocking with me for a minute, you know, you go back some months back to April when I was streaming, I was propped up on the couch and couldn't even like stand up without crutches and shit. And I was streaming like slumped. I was like slumped on this couch back here in my studio, like, you know, propped up because I had tore my knee and shit like that. So we gonna get it done. You know, it's a blessing to be able to do it. So we're not taking no days off because we're not taking no days for granted. If it's a day off, it's because, you know, I can't. But on the days that I can, I look at it like I get to, not I got to. You know what I mean? And that's just living through gratitude and stacking days, understanding that shit. Like, damn, if this gonna take 6 years, the less days I take off, the more I'm cutting my timeline down. You feel me? So yeah, man, realistic timelines for growth. I think this was a dope segment too that I came across, man. But yeah, we ain't got to spend too much time on it. Conversations with Soft Rain said hit the like button, and you know that. Appreciate you, Rain. Yeah, let's move. All right, our final segment. Let's have a little bit of fun. We're gonna slide over to back to YouTube and tap in with the dog Anton Daniels. All right, we tapping in with AD, and he essentially gonna be talking about giving his opinion and his advice on handling getting real money for the first time in your life. Like when you start really touching a substantial bag and you feel like you really having your way with the shit. He's somebody asked him in a chat, in a super chat, somebody asked him for advice on, you know, how to move with the shit. And Anton gonna give his 2 cents, and I'm gonna you know, tap in and give my 2 cents as well. Let's move.
Shout out to the best feeling of success. Just landed my first 150K job. How did you fight the urge to show money rather than stay down for 10 years? Do you want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? All right. This is really going to be an unconventional advice. All right. And shout out to, I'm going to read this $5. I mean, it's 500 in a minute. I'm going to get there. Give me a second because I appreciate you. Do you want to know the truth about how you fight the urge to show money?
Before Anton answer that, y'all stay healthy, man. This green juice I made today, fire. Somebody send me a super chat and I'll tell y'all what the recipe is. On God, any super chat, $2 will do. If everybody sent $1, I'll be rich. You feel me? Let's go.
You want to know the truth? I'm gonna tell you the truth. Does the chat want to know? Because it's a lot of people that made a lot of money in 2025, and you're gonna make a lot of money in 2026. Do you want me to give you my unsolicited advice on how you are supposed to adjust and deal with success?
AD, your advice was solicited, gang. He paid $4.99 and asked you how to move with this bread he getting out here. Your advice has been solicited, brother. This is not unsolicited. Come on, tell us what to do.
And deal with success. And what my advice is, it's not going to be what y'all are expecting for it to be.
We ain't got no expectations, Anton. We here to listen. We got a super chat. Uncle Plug came through. He said he need to know what's in the juice. All right, man. I don't be giving out my juice recipes for free because I might put this into a business play. But for the $2 super chat coming from my dog Uncle Plug, I'm gonna tell y'all the recipe. So this green juice right here, this 333. Oh yeah, shout out dog. Shout out to my dog Uncle Plug. Raw Society Coalition in the building. You know we the strongest and we gonna last the longest, man. We here. Yeah, February 13th. We getting ready. But look. So the juice today, I did 1 organic cucumber with the skin peeled off. All right, we went 1 organic cucumber, skin peeled off. We went 4 organic Fuji apples. You know what I'm saying? We went 1 whole lemon. And then I'm trying to think what else I put in there. 1 whole lemon, 4 Fuji apples, and the 1 cucumber, no skin. Was that it? Oh God, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I did the 1 cucumber with the skin peeled off, 4 Fuji apples, 1 lemon, and then I put raw organic honey in it and shook it up. And I'm talking about this like some apple cucumber lemonade. That's what we call this, apple cucumber lemonade. Y'all go ahead and try that out. If you got a juicer at the crib, y'all thank me later, man. Come back to this video, thank me later, man. Lulu said mango, no mango. No, not in this one. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I like eating my mangoes. I ain't really trying to juice the mango. I like eating the mango. I like the consistency of the mango. It remind me of I'll let you know what it remind me of. We talking about that on the Red Room at 2 a.m. Y'all tap back in with me at the Classic Codes at 2 a.m. I don't know what time zone y'all in. We all over the world, but it's almost 1:30 a.m. where I'm at. So in 30 minutes, we're gonna be in the Red Room and we'll talk about the intimacy and all the nasty shit. We actually talking about food in the bedroom today. So it's interesting that you said that. But yeah, the mango, I like eating mango. Conversation with South Rain said 1 cucumber, no skin, 4 Fuji apples, 1 lemon, raw organic honey. Yeah. That's that apple cucumber lemonade. Y'all got the recipe for free. Now, when I put out my juice recipe book, y'all support me now. Shout out to Uncle Plug one more time for the super chat. That's my boy right there. Yes, sir. All right, let's let Anton tell us what to do with this money once we get to touching all this bread.
A lot of y'all are getting raises. I know it's a lot of bag chasers. Businesses is blowing up. Some of y'all is getting some type of getting crazy money. Y'all getting it out the mud. You're getting a lot of visibility, and you're trying to figure out how you gonna deal with this shit. How do you figure it out? All right. I'm about to tell you the best feeling is success. This is how you deal with it. We're gonna go ahead and address this now. This is how you deal with it. You got to make your 10 years 11 years. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You have to make your 10 11. And the reason why you got to make your 10 11 is because you got to experience that shit, bro. You got to take a year and get that shit out your system. Listen. Take a year. No longer than a year. And all the fuck out. Do everything that you want to do. You gotta live in it. You gotta experience it. Because if you don't get it out your system and crash out, and now I'm not telling you to go into debt. All right. I'm not telling you to go out here and lose your mind to where you got to spend the next 3 years recovering from the thing that you did. But what I am telling you is to show that shit, bro.
What do y'all, G?
Sometimes you just gotta crash on out.
Go and have a ball. Have fun. Trick. When I'm saying tricking, I ain't talking about tricking it on a woman. I'm saying that trick it on yourself. Have a ball, spend the money, have a good time, and do everything that you ever wanted to do and get it out your system, bro. Go and enjoy yourself. Do not go out here and get a bunch of debt, though, because I don't want you to have to recover from it. Make your 10, 11. Take a year off. Think about it like this. It's like taking a year off from college, but you're going to go back to school. You just got to make sure you get back in school. All right, the best feeling of success. So if anybody is not used to money, or you're not used to stuff, or you don't know what it feels like, and it's almost like it's burning a hole in your hand, go have some fun, bro. Have some fun.
Hey, I always ask this question, man, and I'm gonna make it a question of the day. But I always ask this question. I always say, if somebody, I'm gonna just throw a random number out there. Y'all can answer it in the chat. I see the chat percolating. Make sure everybody hit the like button. All right, talk to me right quick though, chat. Hear me out. I'm gonna let Anton finish his cooking. But listen, answer this for me. Somebody got $5 million after taxes, after fees, after everything. 5 million liquid for you. $5 million liquid. Everything paid on it. You get to touch all 5 M's, all right? Follow my question. How much of it do you need, or are you going to allocate to just getting the bullshit out your system? Like Anton talking about. How much of the 5 mil, you got 5 mil liquid, all of it is yours. Everything already paid off on it. The money free and clear. How much of it are you going to need to spend to get all the fuckery out your system? Whatever it is for you personally, the dream car, whatever it is for you. Your everybody vices is different. Everybody likes and luxuries is different. It's traveling, whatever it is. How much of the 5 M's do you put a number on it? Everybody drop y'all numbers in the chat. I'm interested to see what y'all say. I'm gonna let Anton keep going.
All of the things that you want to do, right? And I'm not, again, don't crash out. Don't go start paying for pussy. Don't start going doing dumb stuff. But go out there and live life. Take a year and live life. Get it out your system. Go and show some money. Go and talk big talk. You know what I'm saying? Let it out your system and then get back to the money. And that way, when you get back to it in the next year and you're even making more money, you know how to handle it. It's not gonna be nothing to you. Now because what's gonna happen is the next year or going into the next year, you're gonna be like, you know what? It's grind time. It's hustling. I'm about to lock in. I'm about to run it up. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. And so that's when you start to develop that hustler's mentality, because you got a hunger for more. You've experienced what life is like on the other side, and now you get exposed to what's really available. You'll realize that 150 is not even a lot of money.
It's some bread though, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all, because I made less than 150, and corporate class was moving different. If Abu Dhabi Ken was in the chat right now, he'd tell you corporate. hey chat. I hear him about the 150 not being a lot of bread. I feel him. I hear him. But like Lulu just said, and I see y'all answering the question in the chat. Y'all keep going crazy. Lulu just said it's not about what you make, it's about how much you save. That's a fact. But it's also about your circumstances. How much of your bread is available to you after you handle your responsibilities? I remember at the time when I was touching, I'm talking about just on some day job shit, not counting the side hustles and the music, everything else. Because I always been as an adult, I always been a person that was getting income from more than one spot. And we all should. And if you not, find a way. This ain't no shame and nothing like that. But y'all should have multiple ways that y'all pulling in income. So that's always been me. But on some day job shit, when I really started touching, I'm talking about when I got that promotion that we was just talking about, that 3 to 6 years, and I got that real promotion, and I'm talking about that raise was 5 figures. 1 year to the next, that raise was 5 figures. Hey, at the Gentlemen's Club, they was calling me Floyd, chat. They was calling me Floyd. I ain't gonna lie to you. Chat. Floyd's here.
Classic.
Hey, you must not know about me.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Oh man, I'm talking about. Hey, don't make me pull some, man. Y'all think that Grease vlog was some shit? That's light shit. That's that Grease vlog on my channel. Y'all go check out my vlog when y'all get off of here. Go check out the Grease vlog. That Grease vlog, that's light shit. That's grown up, mature, classic, man. Young,
classic.
Hey, I ain't gonna tell y'all how. Hey, he right. You got to get it out your system for you smarten up and your Roth IRAs and your okay. I get it. Your 401ks and your brokerage accounts. Okay. We gonna get to all that responsible shit y'all talk about. But this bread I just got right quick.
Classic.
I got the, you feel me? Look, Lulu said, hey Floyd. Oh, yeah, that's me, darling.
Classic.
Yeah. dropping singles. Shit, 1 year for my birthday, I was throwing fives. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was throwing fives. Who throwing singles? No, don't. Hey, listen, no, we not even gonna talk about the shit. Hey, listen, he talking about making 150 a year. I wasn't even touching the one. I wasn't even getting the whole 150. But my cost of living was down. The income was up. And I was you talking about doing a show every month, damn near 2 shows a month. I'm moving around man, only people hating on me was people that knew me already. Everything I was coming across. I mean, that's what, hey, I ain't gonna lie. That 1 year he talking about giving yourself, that's when you do all your aura farming. I ain't lost no aura since. They don't like when you got that glow. And one thing worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. I'm talking about, when you get that bread, I ain't gonna lie to you, enjoy it. Don't tweak, but enjoy it. I mean, the things I've seen, the things I've done, the way, man, you feel what I'm saying? I mean, I took my bread and went to go live though. I know a lot of people, when they touch that bread, in this conditioning, I don't blame nobody, but when they really get their hands on that first, that real significant bag for their lifestyle, they get to buying stuff. I ain't really spending my bread on stuff like that. I was either trying to move that shit around to make it grow, or I was taking experiences. You feel me? Like y'all niggas ain't smoke no ganja out the drawers of a monkey in the jungle. You feel me? I done bought a 3.5 out the drawers of a monkey in the jungle. You feel me? Real talk. All alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment, of course. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't get you walk up to buddy, hey, who having that shit, bro? I'm finna walk through the jungle and shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a little time on my hands. We finna walk through the jungle. The monkey on his shoulder with the diaper on. Anybody who do a little traveling know I'm not capping. The monkey on his shoulder with the diaper on and shit. Who having that shit? He my boy. Whoa, he talking that Caribbean shit mixed. Like I don't know if bro was speaking French or Spanish. It happened multiple times. But anyway, my mama, he what you need? I'm telling him, you know what I could get for this. I don't know how they breaking that shit down, so I got a little cash on me. What I could get for this. He make a little noise on my soul. The monkey reaching his diaper, pull a bag out, buddy. Hand me the bag. Woo, quick exchange. Y'all ain't never roll that up. Yeah. Smoking on that monkey doodle. Walking through the jungle. Oh, hey. Oh God. Hey, y'all ain't. Hey. Hey, I'm talking about, and that shit was smoking too. I don't even get the red eyes, but that day, allegedly for content creation purposes, eyes was bloodshot red. You hear me? Felt amazing. I felt like I was walking on velvet. I ain't gonna lie to you, chat. You definitely gotta enjoy that bread when you touch it, G, but don't tweak though. But definitely enjoy it. I'm talking about solo cabin, wrap around balcony on the corner of the ship. I'm talking about, you feel me? Really Chad, I ain't gonna, hey, y'all gonna make me put a little vlog together, chat. He talked about spending that bread. I got excited. I remember, now I be trying to keep all the bread. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be trying to keep so much of the bread. You know, you get grown, you be thinking about stacking, flipping, stacking. But you know what I'm saying? I give myself a little retreat here and there, but I'll be trying to keep the bread now, chat. Ooh, but when I was spending, boy, I could make 100,000 feel like 10 million.
Classic.
I make 100 feel like 10 M's, chat. You know how much bread you save when you don't care about like designer and shit? Like I never was going to go spend 1,200 on like a pair of shoes and shit. Nigga, that's a whole vacation. Not even gonna lie to you. You could really go get out of town and come back for 1,200. Niggas going to go spend that on a pair of shoes. Like maybe I was too handsome to need to do that. And if I was ugly, I'd definitely spend 2,000 on a pair of shoes. But with all this handsome, like when I realized like shit, I really could go take this nigga girl in a Nike sweatsuit. I don't even got to do all that.
I'm only going to do this once.
You feel me? So it's like, but I'm just talking shit now, man. Let's see what else Anton talking about, man. Y'all got me popping off, man.
You're going to realize, you know what? I got greater goals. I got greater dreams and greater aspirations. When I made my first M, all right, that's when I realized, and a lot of people are not going to be able to relate to it, is that I realized immediately that $1 million wasn't even a lot of money for what I wanted my lifestyle to be. I get it. $1 million because we come from the inner city, we come from the hood. We ain't never had shit. We probably the first millionaires in our families. $1 million is going to be life-changing money for a lot of people. But $1 million, once you get $1 million, you realize two things. The first thing you realize is that the first million really was the hardest. The thing that they said to you that you just couldn't fathom is when they said that the first million is the hardest ever. The rest of them is almost like, then your mindset is going to change.
Classic.
The second thing that you're going to realize is that you can spend $1 million in a month. You can spend $1 million in a month. Because now your mentality is going to be different. It's going to be, man, you're going to start looking at the numbers. You're going to start resetting and saying, dog, I made 150, but I only really got to keep 100. And after I kept 100 and I spent another 60 or 70, shit, I was right back in the situation that I was in before I made 150. So now you start thinking differently about what success looks like, right? So now it's, all right, I see it, I got the vision for it, and I want my lifestyle to look like this. You're going to start growing, you're going to start evolving, and your mentality is going to change from how much can I ball to how much can I keep. And then you're going to start
what I just say, chat. What I just say, chat. Hey, nowadays, nigga try to keep all that shit. You hear me, chat? What I just say, chat. I ain't even get this far in the video. I didn't know he was going to say that. But yeah, you go from that fucking, you go from this to, oh, my soul. I be keeping
Classic.
that shit. Hey, fuck all that. Buy what? For what? I need it or I want it. Oh, okay. I don't need it. Shit, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm only gonna do this once.
Let's go.
Realizing, wait a minute, the government took a lot of this shit. Now you're gonna start having an investor's mentality, right? Because the goal is to keep as much as you possibly can, and then you're gonna start to figure out, wait a minute, all of the stuff that I was doing, I actually could have invested that, and I could have spent it from a business perspective, and I could have kept more money inside of my pockets.
Yup. That's the name of the game, man. Learning more and more. Let me go to y'all answers to my question, though. So the question that I had posed to the chat was, if you had 5 million liquid, all fees paid off on it, the whole 5 million is at your disposal, how much bread you feel like you would need to spend out that 5 million to get the bullshit out your system? Whatever it is, the splurging, whatever it is, to get the bullshit out your system, how much you need. So, Uncle Plug said, let me see. Conversation with South Rain said, so on year 10, ball out. LOL. Okay, AD. Uncle Plug said he ain't lying. Can't save a bag if you ain't blew a bag. Real spill. Lulu said it's not how much you make, it's how much you save. Uncle Plug said 80K. 80K not bad. That's a decent number. I done heard some wild shit, Uncle Plug. Uncle Plug, I done heard some wild shit. Uncle Plug said 80K. What you gonna spend it on, Uncle, if you don't mind sharing? Like, what you gonna spend some of the 80 on? Whatever you comfortable with sharing. Lulu said 10 bands. 10 bands, I like your number, Lulu. What you gonna spend that on, Lulu? If you don't mind sharing? You know, y'all don't gotta answer none of these questions. Conversation with South Rain said 5%, not including a paid off house. Ooh, so you gonna pay off a crib first. That don't count though. And then you're gonna spend 5% or whatever's left off of that. I like it. Lulu said, I'm not spending a lot of money unless it's going to get me more and more. I feel that. Lulu said, hey, Floyd. Classic, you was dropping them singles. Hey, fans, oh God. Lulu said, your friends will hate you on your friends will hate on you worse than a stranger. Oh God. Oh my God. You have no idea. Conversation with South Rain said, facts, Lulu. Rick said, Schoolboy Q looking out. That's my first time getting Schoolboy Q. Groove needed that fire. Appreciate it, Rick. Welcome to the chat. I want some Funky Monkey. Oh, God, that Funky Monkey was smoking. Hey, I ain't never call it that. We gonna call it
Classic.
that. That Funky Monkey was smoking. Got to come back. On live, y'all. Yeah. Rick dying laughing. Yeah. Hey, look, motherfuckers was skeptical. Muzz with me like, damn, you really gonna smoke that? The monkey had it in his drawers. Yeah, we finna. Yeah, fuck is your time? We in the jungle, nigga. This is his tribe. This is his. This OG as it get. The OG. You feel me? What you talking about? Yeah. Soft Rain said, I'd rather vacate than spend that much on shoes. Yeah, for sure. Because what the shoes doing? Do they come with the coochie that I'm trying to get? Lulu said, just paying for somebody's name. Yeah, it's wild. I don't even know them people either. That's the crazy part. Patriot said I can make $1 million last 30 days. That's it. That shit gone after 30 days. You must really be getting to it. what's this channel about? It's a sociology channel. So I cover all things human beings. You know what I'm saying? Some days we might be talking about the astrology shit. Some days we do a lot of talk about relationships, love, manhood, growth, human experiences, all of that. It's a sociology channel though. You know what I'm saying? We talking about life on this planet and how we doing with this shit. 5 M's, I need my G-Wagon. What color G-Wagon you doing? Conversation with Soft Rain. What color you doing? All black, everything. Look, I ain't even have to ask. He typed 30 years. Who typed 30 years? All right, let's go.
And your mentality evolves as you has experience. I look at the 1 year crash out when you first start getting money as the same as when you get your heart broke. Because you're going to have a ball with that hoe, right? She going to seem like the greatest person in the world. And then eventually she going to break up with you and you're going to be like, damn, what the fuck just happened? But it actually makes you a better person because you understand the nature of the game. But if you never experience it, it's hard to tell a person, hey, this is the nature of women, because they're going to have their eyes. You know what I'm saying? They got that veil over their eyes that you can't necessarily see. But once you understand the nature of it, it just all makes sense. It's like the Matrix, open it up to you. But until you start to...
Yo, shout out to everybody drop 3s in the chat for I'm assuming this is Erling. Interesting. I'm subscribing then. Appreciate you tapping in. Please subscribe. You read their comment. You read their comment wrong. Which one? Let me scroll up. He said I could make, he did say years. Appreciate the correction. Patriot said I could make $1 million last 30 years. Appreciate it. I got a lot of lights in my face, so my reading is not the best on my streams. 333. But I'm an avid reader though. That's the crazy part. But appreciate you correcting that. Make sure you subscribe, tap in. But yeah, after this, make sure y'all, after this, we got Red Room coming up. This stream actually lasting a little bit longer than I thought because I actually wanted to get through a lot of what AD is saying that's important. But Red Room is coming up right after this. So I'll be going live after this with my adults only show, the Red Room, where we talk about romance, intimacy, and all of that stuff. So that's going to be a little bit different vibe from this one. So make sure y'all stay tapped in with the classic codes for the Red Room following this stream. You feel me? That's going to be a separate stream. So might as well subscribe and turn them notifications on. You here now. But yeah, the Red Room, we do that. We do these types of shows. We do all type of stuff. I'm with the Raw Society Coalition. Make sure you go subscribe to that channel too. It's a lot getting thrown at you, man. You ran into the right spot tonight. Let's go.
Drive that car, right? Go to fucking Vegas and go and get you a fucking car and drive it fast, right? Because now it don't mean nothing to you, right? When you go out of town, you know what car I usually get when I go out of town? I get a Porsche 911. And you know what the funny part is that I got one at home that I very rarely drive, because I don't even really have time to drive it. It's a daily. It's a daily now. So you're raising your expectations, and you're also going to change your mindset to what your expectations are. Do you know how difficult it is to try to convince somebody or try to teach somebody and say, listen, this is what success looks like and this is what you should shoot for? And then you're going to start to get pushback, and then there's going to be people that say, oh man, you're disconnected. Most people don't get that. Oh man, you just out of touch. It's because they don't understand it. They haven't been unlocked. So they think that the only thing that they can ever get is a factory job. When you become successful and you start to spend money and you start to surround yourself with other people that are successful, what you start to experience is an unlocking of your mind to possible.
I like what he preaching, because it works, you know what I'm saying, for a certain type of person. But I'm gonna be real with you. My messages that I like to give are generally tailored a bit more towards the average person and what they're gonna be able to achieve inside of the ceiling of potential that they put over themselves. I know that's wordy, so let me break it down. Most people, the average person, right? Not extraordinary people and not bottom of the barrel people, but the meat and potatoes of people who sit right in the middle of that, right? The average person, most people put a ceiling of potential over themselves. That is a literal fact. So with that understanding, instead of trying to make everybody unlock the inner Superman that they have and don't know they have, let's meet people where they're at. I want to help you reach the ceiling of potential that you set for yourself. I just want you to be able to get to the roof that you put over your own house. That's all. Because a lot of people put a ceiling of potential over themselves and still stay on the floor. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of saying, you'll never get this working at your factory job, I'd rather teach people about being less superficial. Because if your average American stopped caring so much about stuff, and by stuff, I just mean stuff. Clothes that you don't need, shoes that you don't need, just stuff. Motherfuckers just be spending money on stuff. And then the stuff that they teach y'all to like, it be expensive stuff. And the only difference between the expensive stuff, and it depends on the industry that you're shopping in, because in some industries, the more you spend, the quality is better. But that is not true about all industries. It's not. And so, you know what I'm saying? People spend exorbitant amounts of money on stuff and eating out. If more people grocery shop and prepare their meals and spent less money on name brand stuff, motherfuckers will live a lot more comfortable lives. Their vacations will look different. They would feel a lot more financially free. Their house might not be bigger, but they would cover their bills with a lot less anxiety and a lot less stress on their own pockets. Like, people need to learn how to be more minimalistic. Anton's message is more so, I'm gonna teach you how to run it up so you don't have to be minimalistic. You can have the whole world. I'm going to be real with you. I understand humanity. I understand society as a whole. And if I'm talking to the average person, that's not a realistic conversation. That conversation is for 15% of people. You know what I'm saying? It's some people that's supposed to be in the 15 percentile that's not unlocked, and they hear that, and it's going to unlock them. Great conversation. I'm not even disagreeing with them. I'm talking to a different populace of people. For the average person, get your bread and be smart with your bread that you're getting. It don't got to be an exorbitant amount of bread. You just got to have a chill lifestyle. Just chill. Just chill. Motherfuckers be like, man, why you don't go outside? I had made a joke the other day with one of my friends. He's like, why you don't be outside? I said, every time I go outside, it costs $150 minimum. Every time I go outside, it costs $150 minimum. Motherfuckers start laughing. No, it don't. On God. Went outside. By the time I got ready to go back home, looked at my friend, said, how much I spend? $150. Damn, that shit happened fast. Yeah, didn't even realize it, did
Classic.
you? Like, straight up. Straight like that. Yeah, let me see. Conversation with South Rain said 333. Yeah. 9389, appreciate you. I'll sub now. A lot of times other people put the ceilings above others and they believe it. That's true too. Ooh, you just unlocked the code. Say it again. A lot of times other people put the ceiling over their head and they believe it.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Hey, and by other people, a lot of times, here go the trick. A lot of times other people, it be their parents.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Nasty work. I did a stream where I talked about people holding people back with good intentions. Got the purest intentions for you. Don't even know that they a parachute strapped on your back. You trying to run and they catching all the wind possible, making this shit hard as hell. On God, you just said something. Let's see if we can get Anton to finish his wisdom.
You start seeing money everywhere. Everything is a monetization, and it's much easier for you to generate a lot more revenue because you now see things differently.
Fair enough. I will say this: you start touching an exorbitant amount of money, your perspectives do naturally change. Your idea of what's possible, impossible, probable, improbable, those things change, and they change relatively quickly when you start touching that bread. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm telling you, minimalism is the way to a lot of people's happiness. If you go to villages, or like I've been to third world countries, we live in a first world country. I've been to third world countries. I've been to second world countries. I've seen people have nothing and they be so fucking happy, yo, just chilling. Like, you got the men, obviously, in those villages and shit like that, in those tribes, they work extra hard. You feel me? But that's just man shit. We working hard over here too. But aside from that, though, they spirits are fed. They spirits are nourished because they still leaning on the best things in life that are free. Family, love, friendship, unions, community, you know what I'm saying? Them the things that matter. And as long as they have those things, they're going to find a way to find a way. But aside from that, they find their joy and their fulfillment in the things that truly matter. I think here we taught to kind of see it different. You feel me? Like, yeah, family, that's cool. Yeah, friendship, that's cool. But shit, my first priority, get this bag, get this bread. And ultimately, when we bust down all the way down to the bare minimum level, and we figure out what you want all this bread for. Just your average person, what you want all this bread for? It'd be just to buy stuff. Niggas just want stuff. A whole bunch of stuff.
Classic.
All right, you buy all this stuff, then your house catch on fire, then the stuff burnt. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just be stuff. Conversation with South Rain said, woo, yes indeed. Honey buns. What's going on? Welcome back to the chat. I just love your eyeball sockets. That's my first time hearing a compliment like that. Appreciate it though. Rick Rude said on BD. Oh, you with the peoples? Yeah, man. Let's move. All right, y'all. So this has been a great segment, man. That's all the segments. We about to come back and do Red Room. I'm gonna give myself like 20 minutes. I still got to do a thumbnail. I still got a couple other things to do. But yeah, give me like 20 minutes. We're gonna be back with the Red Room conversation this evening. And yeah, man, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna talk about the adults only content. We're talking about a few different things in the Red Room tonight. I think we're talking about things to eat in the bedroom, all pun intended, right? We're talking about women getting the finish. And we're talking about a couple other things, man. So make sure y'all tap back in with the classic codes in like 20, 30 minutes for the Red Room. But yeah, man, if y'all don't do nothing else for me, make sure y'all stick to the codes. February 13th, slide to the west suburbs of Chicago. Catch us live, the Raw Society Coalition, for a live podcast panel and a concert by me. Let's
I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist, no stone left unturned. Mash on the gas and etc. Or farming hoe, I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't.